Welcome to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm your host, Joy Taylor. We've got a packed show today. Skip, Shannon, let's get to it.
What is up? Happy Friday, everybody. The weekend is almost here. We welcome you into Undisputed Live from Los Angeles. I'm Holly Saunders here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. Good morning, guys.
Oh, you're Holly Saunders. It took me all week to figure that out. Oh, now I get it.
Hey, Holly, how are you today?
Yeah.
What is up? What's going on?
Good. Nice outfit today.
Thank you.
That was so disingenuous.
Why everything I got to say got to be disingenuous?
It's just so fraudulent. It's okay. Shannon, I love you, man.
Oh, Skip,
That was straight from the heart.
That's a great outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it? Are you scared?
No.
No, it's intimidating.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick Wright said that he wants to see Jurassic Park today, but wants your recommendation. He heard that you saw it.
Well, I gave it.
I don't know.
He
if
liked
Just like all the rest of them. It's the same plot. They just keep making the same movie. But this did have a little bit of a flip ending, which I will not give away, right? We're setting up the next one.
They did create a new dinosaur, though.
Yeah, they did.
In every single one. All right, guys, let's start out this Friday with LeBron. Where else would we start out? Here's what we know. LeBron agreed to a max deal with the Lakers on Sunday and can officially sign today. We also know they've added a number of players, including JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo, and Lance Stevenson, but no other superstar. ESPN reports LeBron is apparently okay with this, saying he's, quote, not pressuring LA to acquire a second star now. Shannon, are you okay with this?
I am okay with this. First of all, LeBron just got to town. Skip, can you imagine the headlines? LeBron James just arrived in town. He's already demanding a second superstar. I feel very comfortable. It's reported that Magic Johnson spent 3 hours at LeBron's Brentwood home. I'm sure in those 3 hours, he told LeBron, he conveyed with LeBron what he was attempting to do in 2018 and 2019. And LeBron felt very, very comfortable because as he was boarding a flight to head to Italy, hey, call the Lakers. So he felt very, very comfortable with Magic Johnson and Magic's vision and how he envisioned the Lakers moving forward. Now, does that mean LeBron does not want a second superstar? Of course not. But at this juncture, he's just not pushing because he doesn't want the headlines that old Skip Bayless is going to be, look at it. See, that's what ruined the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's what ruined the Miami Heat. LeBron James wants to be coach and general manager. Nah, he's not going to give y'all that fodder. Yeah, we already talked about it. Yeah, he feels very comfortable with Magic.
You already talked about it?
LeBron and I have already discussed this. He feels very comfortable in Magic Johnson's vision of how he envisioned the Lakers, not only in 2018, but 2019 and moving forward. So I feel comfortable with LeBron's having said, you know what, hey, if we get one, I'm happy. If we don't, I'll still bring us home.
I didn't hear that second part about I'll still bring us home. I just heard I'm content without a second star. And I got to tell you, the more I think about this, the worse it gets. And I still can't believe that even you are giving him a pass for this. You should be the flip side of this. You should be saying, LeBron, what are you doing? You should be saying, don't do it this way. You're into your 16th year and you're going to virtually take a year off. That's what he's telling me. I need a year off. I need to be unplugged for a year. By the way, he signs and immediately gets on a plane to Italy while Magic and Rob Pelinka are in the throes of trying to put the team together. So it's like he doesn't even care. He wants to enjoy 1 year, just 1 year of LA sunshine and being closer to Hollywood to close some more second career deals. And then next year, the pressure can come back. He needs to just breathe freely for 1 year. Take a deep breath.
Aren't you the same Skip Bayless that say LeBron was too involved because he was coaching the team and helped putting the team together? So now he steps back and now this is a problem?
Well, I never thought that it was a problem that he was involved in putting the team together. I think it's a problem that he coaches the team because he just coaches himself sometimes. But that's okay. I said yesterday he's earned the right to coach the team.
Yeah, kind of like Magic coached himself.
Okay.
And Jordan, your guy.
But how can you? Here's what's coming. I'm going to predict this right here, right now, and trust me, I'm going to have to put up with this for 82 games next year. The excuse is already built in by the LeBron apologists, led by Shannon Sharpe, that, oh, LeBron just doesn't have any help this time. It's just these same old Lakers with a few added veteran pieces at minimum wage. And you're going to have a whole year of saying, just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. He can only do so much with this team until next year as they await Kawhi Leonard or who knows, maybe Kyrie or who knows, maybe even Kevin Durant.
Just because LeBron says he's okay currently with them, that doesn't mean Magic is not working the bat phone trying to get a second superstar. It's just being reported that LeBron is okay either way. We can get one, I'm cool. If we don't, I'm cool. Just because he's cool with it doesn't mean Magic Johnson isn't working.
Okay, but you keep telling me about this no-look pass that Magic is about to throw
Yeah.
in another trade that we don't see coming.
You're right.
And I will believe it when I see it because I'm trying to read the tea leaves right now and I don't see it or feel it just yet.
I feel it.
And if, in fact, these Lakers go for your just wishful thinking feeling, but if, in fact, let's just do the hypothetical just for discussion's sake. If the Lakers, as is right now, maybe they have, 5.6 million left under the cap. Let's say they go get one more veteran piece that might or might not have any impact next year, but pretty much as is, if they go forward into next year, just how good are they? I want to hear you. I want to hold your feet to the fire this time.
50-plus wins.
50-plus wins, which would make them the, 3 seed?
I say they're 3 or 4 at the very worst.
At the worst. And I say they're going to have a really hard time making the Western Conference playoffs.
Man, you must be crazy.
Okay.
You must be thinking, Michael. You must be thinking LeBron, Michael, or Kobe in his prime missing playoffs.
Am I crazy about Golden State? No.
No.
Houston still, I know they lost Ariza, but I'm pretty sure they'll re-sign Capella.
Okay.
And they'll add some other veteran piece that we don't see coming because that GM is, you want to talk about aggressive, he'll pull something out of his hat. So Houston's still going to be Houston. Oklahoma City will be better. Robertson will come back, their primary
What are they going to do with Melo?
They'll just play him.
They're going to buy him out?
They'll just play him. No, they will not. They'll just play him. He was okay. Again, you're grading him by old Melo standards, but he'll contribute some, and Paul George will be happier. He'll contribute more. This team will be a little better than it was last year, and it will not be a first-round exit for Oklahoma City this time. Utah, which knocked Oklahoma City out in the first round, will be better. They're just going to get better because Donovan Mitchell will get better. So there's 4 teams. New Orleans, boy, you add Julius Randle to that mix. I know they lost Rondo, but
and Boogie.
But Boogie wasn't there down the stretch anyway.
Right.
And Drew Holiday is really good, and he came on
both
really
ends of the
strong on both ends of the court. So they'll be, to me, a little better. Denver will be a little better. Portland will still be Portland, and that brings me to my San Antonio Spurs, the biggest X factor in the West right now, because I don't know, maybe Kawhi will be forced to play for them, and maybe he'll be forced to play just to show that he can play. Mm-hmm. So are you going to rule him out?
No.
They're still pretty much the same team that they were a year ago with those kids. DeJounte Murray's going to be really good. He was starting to get good last year.
Skip, I just believe that Lakers will be better than Denver, be better than OKC, be better than Portland, be better than Utah.
Boy, they're better than OKC, better than Utah. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Remember, you're in a brave new world now. This is called the Western, not the Leastern Conference. You get that?
T-Rex,
Yeah.
in Paleolithic time, the T-Rex could walk anywhere because he was the baddest predator on. He was the baddest. T-Rex. The Lakers have T-Rex.
Okay, T-Rex got swept in the finals last year. He got swept.
Magic.
Okay.
So it's happened before. He's not the first
How
great player.
did T-Rex get swept by the Golden State
Magic
Warriors?
got swept. Was Magic not a great player?
But
Kobe got swept.
T-Rex walks anywhere. Why didn't he walk over Golden State?
No.
I saw T-Rex pouting and crying on the bench at the end of
you
regulation.
see how you added that? You
Have
got
you
cried.
ever seen a T-Rex cry before? Because I saw a T-Rex cry.
Skip,
It's the new Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It's a new. They invented a new one.
No.
A hybrid monster who cries. Right?
No. The T-Rex was the apex
Real
predator
tears.
in Paleolithic. But if 2, 3, 4 other predators attack him, there's nothing he could do. He was going it alone. You know how this works, Skip Bayless. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is LeBron James is the best player on the planet. Golden State Warriors possess the best team on the planet. Team beats player. I don't know why is it so hard to get that through your skull.
So how many Raptors would it take to beat? I mean, I'm talking about prehistoric Raptors to beat a T-Rex. Seriously, because Raptors.
But see, hold on now. There's 2 things now. There's the baby dinosaurs, which are not theoretically not raptors.
Okay, I'm doing Raptors.
Okay, you like real raptors.
I'm doing Jurassic Raptors. Like Blue in this one.
like
You know Blue?
Velociraptor.
Yes.
Okay.
You know Blue?
I know
seen
Blue.
this?
I've seen it, yeah.
Probably 3.
Okay, so you're saying Golden State has 3 Raptors?
They got 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they got 4 in the injured one. So if he gets back healthy, then they're going to have 5.
Do you realize Raptors are about a fourth the size of a T-Rex?
Yeah.
They're vicious, but not quite.
Vicious and they are quick.
But enough of them. Skip, look at me, 6'2", 240. But if enough little people gang up on me, I can't take them down all, Holly. So look at KD. Well, is KD not almost KD is the number 2 at the food chain. Then you got Steph. Then you got Clay. And you got Draymond.
What you keep overlooking is that KD is a
No.
T-Rex. He's a T-Rex. You know it and I know.
Okay, Skip. There's enough land on the savannah for more than one predator, one lion to roam. But we know who has the largest territory.
Yeah. There's only one Savannah that matters here, and she's married to LeBron, right? And she allowed LeBron to just say, let's go to Italy. Really? So there was no contingency here on signing with LA. Aren't you shocked by that? There was no plan C or D in the works. Like nothing was in stone where he said, I'll come if. There was no ifs.
No!
It was just, I want to be in LA. I want the sunshine. It's a little too hot for everybody's taste here today, but that's okay. Not on the west side, though. It's still pretty good.
We're okay over there, yeah.
Don't you know how this thing works? Sometimes when you get in a relationship, you can't say, well, I'll be your man or I'll be your woman if you do this, if you do that.
Yep.
I've had enough conversation with you. I'm willing to go it. I'm willing to take the chance because I believe you're Miss Right or you're Mr. Right. Not Mr. Right now or Miss Right now, Mr. or Mrs. Right. So LeBron James is telling the Los Angeles Lakers, led by Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson, you're Mr. Right.
Okay. So somebody from LeBron's inner circle was quoted on ESPN.com yesterday as saying there's no more pressure on LeBron because he has nothing more to prove.
We'll address that later.
I know, but I'm just bringing it up because that's a part of this context of this conversation.
I take issue. I take umbrage to that comment.
Well, that came from somebody, Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, I don't know.
Rand, I don't care who, but I got a problem with it.
Okay.
And I'll address that in a few minutes later.
But my point is, that's how it's coming across. That's how it's being positioned, excuse-wise, built in.
We don't do those.
You don't do them. That's all you do. That's all you've ever done.
No.
Because this is pure propaganda. And I'm glad you're going to disagree with this because it is pure propaganda to say that LeBron, 3-6 in the NBA Finals, is going to go to LA and kind of take a year off, kind of semi-retire before he bounces back.
That's what you're saying.
No, well,
he didn't say that.
Well, doesn't it come across
No,
like
it
that?
does not come across
Yes,
like that.
does.
It comes across to me that he and Savannah had this vacation already planned. So whether he was going to LA, he was going to Philly, he was staying in Cleveland, on Sunday, he was dipping to Italy. I heard he's on the Amalfi Coast. Big old yacht.
You heard.
That's what I heard.
From
You
him.
were there. You were there in the fourth,
right?
That's what I heard. But, I was sleeping. Hey, Mr. Sharpe, we're here. We touch down. They shoot me over to I stick my head in. Hey, Bron, you good? Bron, we out. So I dip. I'm back here with you. But he'll be back in a couple of days.
How fast is that plane you were on, man?
Light speed.
It's a G6.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No big deal.
It's yours, right?
No. All I could do is put gas in it.
He paid for the gas.
Yeah, I put the gas in it.
So I'm going to stand by what I told you earlier this week. LeBron James is going to get swept by Golden State in the first round of the playoffs because the best I can give him is the 8 seed this year. That's where you're sitting right now. If they go forward as is just to keep their cap space clear, which I'm fine with, if that's what you're doing.
What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you Magic got a no-look pass?
Okay, give me a hint. Give me some hypothetical. Give me a specific.
Dame Lillard or Kawhi will be wearing a Lakers uniform by tip-off.
But this year?
Yeah.
How?
What you mean, how?
Well, not Kawhi. I just can't see it.
Look, Kawhi putting out all these smoke flares. We know what's going on. This is not no SOS signal. I know what he's doing.
So that's your prediction?
Yeah.
Kawhi's going to be a Laker on opening night?
I didn't say that. I said Dame Lillard. One of those. But Kawhi coming either in 2018 or 2019, but Dame Lillard is more of a possibility this year.
Okay, so Portland has just one true star, and it's Dame Lillard, right?
Yeah.
CJ's coming.
Yeah.
Some nights I think he's better than Damian. But still, they're just going to say, here, we'll give him to the Lakers?
You're not giving them to them. We're giving you assets.
Such as? See, they're going to want Lonzo and Ingram and Kuzma.
You're not going to stop it. You're not getting Kuzma. You're not getting Kuzma. Just like the Celtics said, okay, 5 guys are off limits. Don't ask about them.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying Kyle Kuzma. LeBron and Kyle Kuzma is off limits.
Kyle Kuzma is off limits?
Yes.
Long term, he's like a sixth man. He plays no defense.
First of all,
he's one of those green light shooters.
Think about
and
this.
He's liable to have some off year shooting the basketball.
Jim Buss had an opportunity to trade Brandon Ingram and a draft pick for Boogie Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So don't tell me Kyle Kuzma is off limits. First team all rookie.
I get Brandon Ingram being off limits. I get that.
No. Kyle Kuzma is off limits.
Well, I just told you you're way overrating Kyle Kuzma.
All I know is that Kyle Kuzma does not back down. He goes get buckets whether he's guarding LeBron, they guard him, Kevin Durant. It does not matter. So I like his dog. I like that fight in him. Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James are off limits. Anybody else, we open our doors, pick what you like.
So you're telling me that in his 17th season, LeBron's suddenly going to flip that switch back on, and it's going to be dynasty, here we come.
First of all, the switch is not off.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's on
No.
neutral.
You know what Skip? He's training as we speak. As we speak, he's training. And I can assure you, once they go to training camp, everybody, now Kyle Kuzma said it, Lonzo said it, everybody said that's the best player on the planet. They'll get an opportunity to see up close and personal what makes him the best, how he became the best. You'll see that also.
Well, he's the biggest draw in sports, I give you that, but he plays little to no defense, and he's getting older.
Okay, and your point is, there's a point in there somewhere, I just don't see it.
Well, I just told you.
What about that 28-9-9? What about that 34-9-9 in the playoffs? Did he show any signs of aging to you?
Yep. He played little to no defense, and even Shannon Sharpe agreed across from me. He can't play defense anymore because he has to focus all of his energy on the offense.
You remember Game 3 against Boston when other guys came out and make shots,
Yep.
and he had 3 blocks and 3 steals, and all of a sudden he had a triple-double also?
And we're talking about the same Boston without Kyrie and without Gordon Hayward. Boston.
That same Boston team that beat Milwaukee in 7 games, that same Boston
that's
team.
impressive.
Oh, what about Philly? The team that you had
Giannis.
Hold up.
Giannis.
What about the team?
Sorry,
What about
Giannis.
Philly? You remember Philly? You picked them to represent the Eastern
I
Conference.
did.
They beat them in 5 games.
That was a huge upset, too. You know it, and I know it, and it saved LeBron from disaster.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa, Skip. All we
You
can
saw what Philly did to LeBron in those last 2 regular season games, March 1st and the end of season on that Friday night in Philly. You saw it.
All LeBron can do is play who's in front of him. If Philly wanted LeBron as bad as they say they did, or as bad as you think they did, all they had to do was take care of Boston without Kyrie and without Gordon Hayward. They didn't. They couldn't. So why are we talking about them again?
All I'm talking about
Don't you see Joel Embiid? Are you following Joel Embiid on Twitter?
No, I do
He's
not.
begging
I follow
for
nobody.
He's begging LeBron to come to Philly. LeBron, you could do a DeAndre Jordan. Come to Philly.
I think LeBron missed the boat. on
If
that.
you're that guy, I don't need beg. You begging for that man to come.
Yeah, if you're chasing chips, you go to Philly.
No,
Yeah,
he's chasing chips, not cheesesteaks.
chasing sunshine. That's what he's chasing.
Sunshine everywhere.
Chasing
Yeah,
Hollywood.
when you got that, did you see LeBron? With this contract, he's grossed the most money in NBA history. When you make that kind of money, son, follow you, Skip Bayless. You pay the son to come out and to stay behind the clouds.
He didn't even take a new hometown discount to play for
Hell
Magic
no!
Johnson and the Lakers.
No.
'Cause he could have taken a discount the way Kevin Durant did 2 years in a row in Golden State, right?
That's Kevin Durant's choice, and I'm not here to knock Kevin Durant. But I love how we ask players to give discounts when teams never do. What team you know is giving networks discount?
Do you want to win a championship or not? There's a salary cap, so you have to face
Figure
the
it out.
reality of it.
You got really smart people that make a lot of money to figure that out. Bob Myers has figured it out. Daryl Morey has figured it out. So figure it out.
Tim Duncan, his last 3 NBA seasons, took way less than he deserved to take.
Bless his heart.
Way less. I think he took like $8 million the last
Yeah.
year in San Antonio. And of course, in 2014, we know what happened. San Antonio blew LeBron off the court by a record finals margin. You know why? Because they were the deeper team and depth prevailed.
Oh.
They shot your
But here's your argument,
Miami
Skip.
Heat right in the
Remember,
heart.
on that contract, the 4 years, LeBron took the discount. Remember?
No.
And they lost.
I don't remember any discounts.
He did. They took less money. That's how they got Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. All them
in
together.
Miami. Oh, I
yes.
thought you meant when he went back to
No,
Cleveland.
in 2014.
Did.
They
all did.
Exactly. So there's no assurances. There are no guarantees that if you take a discount that you're going to win the title.
Well, he did win, what, 2 there?
So?
He won 2.
Okay.
Dwayne won him 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of guys that don't play on discounts and win titles. What guy took a discount last year in Philly? They won the title. The Eagles.
So you're telling me LeBron doesn't make enough off the court to take a hometown discount
No.
with Magic Johnson?
No.
'Cause this is his new hometown. He had 2 houses
Yeah,
here.
it costs.
Take it.
Don't you know what it costs? They charge you for plastic bags out here. Would you like a bag? The hell no, I'm taking my stuff out of my hands. You're not going to charge me 10 or 20 cents for nothing. I go out to
10 cents?
Yes. I go
You
out
can
to
afford it. You got a G6.
Hey, I'm holding orange juice, egg, bread. I got all that in my hands.
It's like falling out.
They think I stole it, but yet they're going to charge me extra. They charge you for everything out here, and I don't blame LeBron. $23 million. Do you know the taxes on $23 million, Skip Bayless? 13%. That's what it is out here.
I feel so sorry for LeBron James.
Yeah, he needs
I
that
actually
money.
feel sorry for me because I got 82 games next year. LeBron doesn't have enough help.
No.
What's he going to do? You got to give him a break. Give him a break.
Actually, I'm only going to say that probably like 25, 30 times because I got a feeling they're going to be like 50, 55 wins.
Yeah.
So ain't no sense in me talking about he doesn't have enough help.
Okay, right here, right now, I'll bet you 5 cases of Diet Mountain Dew they can't win 55 or more games.
No, 50.
Well, you just said 55.
No. I said between 50 and 55.
Did you hear 55 come out of his mouth?
What did I say, Holly?
I heard the word 50. I heard the number 55.
Yes, it came out of your
I
mouth.
said between 50 and 55 wins. I said we only
All
going
right,
to lose
54. I'll do 54
50
or
to
more.
55.
No, 54
Skip, they
or
only
more.
won 35 games last year. 15.
So?
LeBron James worth 15.
He's a T-Rex.
That's right. 15.
Okay.
That's going to get you 15 more.
Oh, I think we should really develop this storyline. The NBA stars as dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh, we already know who the T-Rex
Do like
is.
an animated film.
T-Rex.
LeVar Ball is like a pterodactyl, just not
You know
doing
what
anything,
LeBron
but just
actually
annoying
is?
everyone.
He's more Brontosaurus, isn't that the long neck one that
Does not
They're
vegetarian.
vegetarian.
It does nothing. Yeah, it does not.
Oh, they
T-Rex.
don't eat meat.
No.
LeBron does not eat meat.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
not a killer. He's
saw-
not a predator.
First of all, you see that
He's
Brontosaurus.
not a
He was
predator.
crying as they were leaving the island. He was crying.
Now, that was a sad scene. You got to give him that.
He cried. T-Rex said, I take it.
Well, he got burned up by the volcano.
Well, it ain't got nothing to do with me. T-Rex, you ain't see the T-Rex do all that.
He did.
They ain't see the T-Rex do that.
Isn't that a Brontosaurus?
Yes, what it was.
Yeah, the long neck.
Yeah.
That's what LeBron is.
No.
He's a Brontosaurus. They're the
T-Rex.
sweetest animal in the jungle.
No.
Right?
T-Rex. Big old one.
It hurts people by like swinging its tail accidentally. Basically,
Yeah.
that's how it.
That T-Rex, they already know T-Rex eat nothing but meat.
Yeah. Vegetarian. LeBron's a
Hey,
vegetarian.
what
Eats
T-Rex you know a
plants.
vegetarian?
He eats plants.
No. No, he does not have a plant-based diet. Sorry.
Oh, this is so
You need
good.
to stop this foolishness too, Skip Bayless. Holly,
Stop the
don't,
foolishness
you.
now.
Holly, don't co-sign that.
Oh no, we're going to get back to that. But we're going to get to some football next. Can the Cowboys win big without a number 1 receiver? History would say yes, but we say, you got to see what these guys talk about coming up in just a few minutes.
Story will say yes.
No mercy. Hey guys, Joy Taylor here. More Undisputed is on the way, but first, a quick word from our friends at Buffalo Wild Wings. At Buffalo Wild Wings, we'll admit that we often go overboard with our limited time offerings. We just can't help ourselves. Take our new signature sampler for $15. You get wings and 3 shareable options like fried pickles or cheese curds. Then there's our aptly named over-the-top nachos, a literal mountain of crispy tortilla chips loaded with your choice of pulled pork or honey barbecue grilled chicken, corn, jalapenos, and more. Then top it all off with our new Platinum Margarita. Go overboard with us today at Buffalo Wild Wings, Wings, Beer, Sports. Available for limited time while supplies last. Please drink responsibly. Now, back to the show.
No mercy.
For the first time in a long time, the Cowboys enter a season without a big-time wide receiver. But according to Rick Gosselin of the Dallas Morning News, they don't need one. He writes the team can make a Super Bowl run without a number 1 receiver, citing the fact that out of the last 18 Super Bowl champions, only 2 had a Pro Bowl receiver. Interesting nugget there. Shannon, do you agree with this?
I agree, but you still need talent or you need Tom Brady. So which one do they have? You keep talking about a number 1, all they have is twos and fews. Tell me the guy on their roster that's Wes Welker. Tell me the guy on their roster.
Cole Beasley?
See, Skip, we having a good. Skip, why you ruin every
Well, I'm
conversation?
serious. He can be Wes Welker. We saw it 2 years ago. He caught 75 balls.
He ain't go to no Pro Bowls.
Well, I'm just saying.
Wes Welker was an All-Pro.
Remember what Troy Aikman said on a big Fox national telecast? He said Cole Beasley's as uncoverable as anybody in the league. This is 2 years ago.
But somebody found a way last year because he had
did.
36 catches.
Yeah.
So,
they put 2 people on him in
but anyway,
small bracket.
okay. Well, who's Julian Edelman? Who's their Doug Baldwin? Because I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to look at Seattle. So who's Doug Baldwin? At best case scenario, everybody on their roster right now is a 3 receiver. Now I get it. Dez Bryant was not the guy that he was in 2014, 2013. But he better than everybody they got on their roster. Jason Witten, granted, he couldn't run anymore. But what the hell is Gronk? Y'all make it seem like Gronk. I know Gronk is not, quote unquote, a wide receiver, but he is a receiving option. Cowboys got that on their roster?
When's it my turn?
It's not your turn yet. So I get what you're trying to say. They're trying to spice this up. They don't need that to make a Super Bowl run. Go back and check the history of the Cowboys in Super Bowl runs and tell me who their receivers were. Michael Irvin. Where is he at, Skip? As a matter of fact, he and I got a parking space up there in Canton. Interesting.
Do they give you a parking space?
Yeah, they give you a parking space. Tony Hill,
As
Drew
if a lot
Pearson.
of people are trying to go to Canton. I don't know. Do you need a parking space?
Yeah, you need one. Yeah, you need one. Because we
You need one in West LA. I know that for sure.
You full time because you full time. If you full time, you want to be able to go and come as you please.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't just going to visit, Skip, baby. Yeah, we residents.
Okay.
So with that being said, true, but you need talent. Are you trying to tell me?
By the way, if you go back another generation, Drew Pearson should be in your brotherhood in the Hall of Fame, but he was their go-to #1 receiver for a lot of big games and Super Bowls.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's my point.
Okay.
Maybe you don't need a true #1. Maybe you don't need a Julio or an Antonio Brown. But the guys that are winning, Skip, they're extremely talented. And the quarterbacks that are throwing to them. So are we saying Dak Prescott is Tom Brady? Is that what we're trying to say? Is that where we are, Skip?
When's it my turn?
It's not your turn just yet. I'm gonna give you ample opportunity to speak. I know this is your team, and you want very badly for them to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, but that's not gonna happen. So with that being said, they make some very valid points in this article. But the fact of the matter is you need talent or you need Tom Brady, and I don't see either one on this roster. It is now your turn, Mr.
Really?
Bayless.
What have I told you from the start about one Dakota Prescott? He is Brady-esque. I'm not saying he's going to be better than
Brady.
Tom Brady. No, Tom Brady-esque. It's the way he plays, the way he handles himself, his poise under fire, his pocket feet, his ability to speed read a defense. He will be much better spreading the ball the way Brady does than forcing the ball, throwing jump balls the way Tony Romo did just on gut feeling and wavelength to Dez Bryant, when in fact he was still Dez Bryant. You were the first to call him out. Actually, I was, but you went all in and all out on Dez Bryant last year. He just lost it. His body betrayed him, broke down, and yet the reads kept calling for Dak Prescott. Oh, I got to throw it to 88 because he's single covered over there by sometimes a secondary defender.
Correct.
I got to throw it to 88. I got to throw it to 88. He led the league in drops last year. I don't care who the receivers are. They can be faceless and nameless, but as long as Dez Bryant is no longer the #1 option, they will be better without Dez Bryant. You know that, and I know that.
Well,
Okay?
Better is one thing. Super Bowl quality is something entirely different.
Okay, well, obviously, they are a run-based football team, and you tell me that every other day on the show, right?
Yes.
And Ezekiel Elliott's going to be on a mission to prove something to the National Football League after he lost 6 games last year to a suspension he felt he did not deserve. And what happened to Tom Brady when he felt like he lost 4 games he did not deserve? He came back with a vengeance, just the way Zeke will come back with a vengeance next year, and they will be run-based. They will play off the run to throw the football, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they got that going for them, and then Cole Beasley will bounce back. They'll figure this out in the offseason. He's just too good. He's too quick. He's too uncoverable in the slot. They got too egocentric on Dez Bryant last year, and they basically forgot about Cole Beasley. So they add Allen Hurns. 3 years ago, he had a breakout year. He had 1,031 yards and 10 touchdowns in Jacksonville.
3 years ago, Dez Bryant was a true #1 receiver.
I got it. But Allen Hurns is 6'3", 200 pounds. So he is he's not a big receiver, but he's a bigger receiver.
Yeah, he's taller, yeah.
And that kid they added from Chicago/Buffalo last year, Deontay Thompson, he ran 4.3 at the combine. So he has the capability of getting behind people. And then I'm going to say this one more time. the X factor here, the T-Rex here, if you will, is
goodness.
Rico Gathers.
Yeah, he hadn't played a regular season game.
Gathers. I saw him play several preseason games last year until he suffered in training camp a head injury that was career-threatening in a camp practice. I think it was with Scandrick. They went helmet to helmet, and it cost him the whole year. And God bless him, he's been tweeting he's okay. Well, if he is, you better watch out because you saw it, and I saw it in those preseason games, monster potential. Former basketball player at Baylor, 6'6"-ish to 60 or 70. You know it not, you saw it. I saw it with my own eyes in preseason. I know it's just preseason, but he will be a red zone monster. Will he replace Jason Witten? No, but will he take up some of the slack? You better watch. You better be careful here.
I'm just trying to figure out. They're putting an awful lot of stock in guys that are unproven.
Okay, Terrence Williams is proven. I'm not the big.
Did you see him on the bicycle?
Okay, just a sec. I saw it. I know it. I get it.
So what I
also saw him in one game last year at Jerry World against Kansas City when Kansas City was flying high with Alex Smith.
Okay.
It was the best game my Cowboys played all year, bar none. Best wall-to-wall first to fourth quarter game. And T. Will went 9 catches for 141 yards and hurt his foot right at the end of the game and limped off the field and was never the same the rest of the year and had foot surgery in March. I'm not saying he's a world beater, but what if he bounces back and has a Terrence Williams kind of third receiver year? That'll help.
Well, they got a bunch. That's what I said, excuse me.
All right, maybe.
They have a bunch of third receivers. That's why I call them twos and fews, because they don't have a number one. With that being said, Skip Bayless, you still have yet to tell me the guy that's Wes Welker, who has almost 900 catches, who was an all-pro.
Cole Beasley will be. And by the way, Tavon Austin, I don't know what he's got left, but again, I kept waiting for that guy I saw back in college, and I never saw him.
In the NFL. So hold on. So let me get this right. Now, you've criticized Jason Garrett for his coaching. Now he's with Sean McVay, one of the brightest minds in all of football.
Yep.
And they could not find a way to get Tavon Austin the ball and to make him a viable option. But now going to Dallas, who's going to be run-based, they will. Okay.
Maybe Scott Linehan will figure it out. He's the coordinator. He's pretty clever. He's pretty creative.
Why couldn't he figure out a way to get the ball to other guys other than Dez?
I don't know.
If he's so creative.
Well, maybe you just figure it out. Maybe you put him in the slot and you put both he and Cole Beasley in opposite slots.
Think about you had Todd Gurley. Look at all the weapons. You had Sammy Watkins. You had Robert Woods. Look at all the guys that they had. And Tavon Austin, nothing. Come on, Skip. At some point in time, you realize, hey, he had a great college career. Really, he had a great game where he had those over 300 yards receiving. That was it, Skip Bayless. At some point in time, you got to let go. It's okay to let go, Skip. It's okay to let go.
And they did draft that kid in the 3rd round out of Colorado State, Michael Gallup. What better name for a Cowboy receiver than Gallup? Because I'm waiting for that early headline. Michael can Gallup.
Yeah.
You waiting for it?
Yeah, I got a headline. The Gallup poll says the Dallas Cowboys going to be some stir fry.
Stir fry.
Yeah.
I like stir fry, actually.
Yeah.
It's
good.
delicious.
No, I don't like stir fry.
Huh?
I don't like stir fry.
They could serve stir fry at the Super Bowl. You know, it's got potential.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they can. You can buy it.
No, you can't. You ain't buying no stir fry in Atlanta at no Super Bowl.
You sure they don't have it at one of those concession
I'm
stands?
sure they don't have it.
I don't know. They got everything now.
No, not at the Mercedes Benz. Don't.
I didn't name Noah Brown, who I loved him at Ohio State. Maybe he rises and shines. This is a big group. It's receiver by committee. It's spread the ball. It's versatility. Maybe you mix and match people everywhere. It's schemes. You out-scheme people because you have a quarterback who is best at speed reading.
I don't care if they got Noah Brown, Noah's Ark, Noah Wiley. The Cowboys are the Cowboys, and they're not going on no Super Bowl run. So I need you to get that through your skull. I don't like to see you disappointed. As a matter of fact, yes, I do. But I don't want to see you disappointed so early when you have these expectations and these high hopes and aspirations that the Cowboys are going to be good. No, they're not. I don't like that, Skip.
I've told
when
you
hurt,
again
I hurt.
and again and again on the show. The best stat to rate quarterbacks is called QBR. And Dak Prescott, as a raw rookie, 4th-round draft pick out of Mississippi State, He finished. He led the league for most of the year in QBR, and he finished third because they had to mail in the last game when none of the starters really played much in Philadelphia. So he fell to third. Last year, you gave him an F for his performance. An F.
Should have said incomplete.
He plummeted all the way to fourth in QBR in the league. That's fourth out of probably how many quarterbacks qualified? Probably 38 or 9, all the starting quarterbacks.
And my quarterback did what? Plummeted to what? First.
Yeah, where was he as a rookie?
But I got a stat to rate quarterbacks even better than QBR, Holly.
What is it?
LOSSES. That's the only rate numbers alphabet I choose to use, Skip Bayless. You use QBR all you want to. Did he win or did he lose?
This is showing you he is Brady-esque. He's
No, it's not.
very efficient. Even when they went 9-7, and actually 9-7 was pretty good last year.
Turning it, you know what? He's always gonna have a great QBR. You know why? Because he's Alex Smith. He's more Alex Smith than Tom Brady. Check it down.
I'll take check it down.
Yeah, that's what he is. Well, your QBR is gonna be high, but you're not gonna get no big plays. How many big plays? How many 20, 30 plus yard touchdowns did he throw for last year, Skip?
Yeah, number 21 is going to get loose a bunch of times.
I ain't talking about 21. Hold on. Is he a receiver?
Sometimes. We didn't include him in this mix, but he can really catch it. In fact, I think he can catch it at least as well as Le'Veon Bell
Don't
can
do that.
catch it. I'm not doing it. I'm just telling you the truth.
you go.
He made a couple of catches last year on balls thrown over his head where I said, that's receiver quality. I mean, that made Shannon Sharpe look bad.
Don't do that. Skip. Don't do that. Don't do that, Skip.
He made some catches. I'm serious. He made catches.
He has good hands.
Very good hands.
But he's not Le'Veon. Nobody's Le'Veon. That's what sets him apart, Skip, because of his hands and his ability to run routes like a wide receiver. So I'm sorry. It was a great article, and I really in depth, and they go back and because they look at basically two teams. You're looking at the Patriots and you're looking at Seattle.
You are.
But I don't see any Doug Baldwins or Wes Welkers or Julian Edelmans. I don't see no Brady's. So what are we talking about here?
We're waiting and seeing because all I care about, Holly, is that he has already bet me that my Cowboys will miss the playoffs at 7-9.
In its entirety.
7-9.
All right, we're writing it down.
Miss.
And I've got make playoffs at 10-6.
Miss, not MS. MISS. Miss.
There's too much spelling going on in this.
Yeah.
No mercy.
It looked like a guarantee that Kawhi Leonard wanted to be traded to the Lakers, but apparently not. ESPN's Michael C. Wright says Kawhi is trying to go to the Clippers after LeBron agreed to a deal with the Lakers. Now, reportedly, Kawhi wants to be a Clipper because he, quote, doesn't want to go and be second fiddle to LeBron. Shannon, what does this tell you?
I don't believe it. I believe that's his uncle putting that out there. Now, it could be true, but I believe this is his uncle putting that out there, trying to put
Why would he put it out there?
Because Skip, who's gained something from this? If he were to, let me ask you a question.
Nobody.
Let me ask you a question. His uncle said the reports are he might be happy to go to Philadelphia. So if he goes to Philly, he's going to be number one?
No, but that's Philly saying he might be. We can talk him into it.
No.
That's not Kawhi saying
If
that.
he goes to Philadelphia, I'm not saying staying long term, would he be the second option behind Joel Embiid? If he goes to Boston, Kyrie? So this notion that all of a sudden, because until Tim Duncan left, he was the second option. And Skip, even when Tim Duncan left, they bought LaMarcus Aldridge in to be the number one option. So until Kawhi burst onto the scene, he was supposed to be the number two option behind LaMarcus Aldridge.
Just 2 years ago, he was supposed to be the number two option.
Exactly. So I just believe, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll come on and say I was wrong, but I believe this is his uncle, who's now his representative, setting this out there, saying, well, he doesn't want to play, thinking the Lakers are going to make a bad deal. The Lakers are not giving up their entire franchise for Kawhi. I'm sorry.
No, but why wouldn't you say he does want to play for the Lakers so you would encourage them to do the deal?
Because here's the thing, Skip Bayless. Nobody is going to really, because basically we've heard, it's been put out there that his representatives say Kawhi is only going to be willing to sign with the Lakers. Now, nobody is going to give up young assets and even and picks for Kawhi when the possibility of him not re-signing. They're just not going to do that. I just believe this is his uncle trying to put the pressure. Well, now all of a sudden he wants to be a Clipper. Really? Really? Now the Clippers. Okay. Let's just say for the sake of argument that's true. And, okay, go. Let the Clippers put a package together. What do they have to offer you? What young player? Oh, you want Tobias Harris? Really? So what else you going to get? Tobias Harris, Patrick Beverley?
Their draft picks.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids they just drafted.
But they say they want young. They want players now. So how do you go from this? Let me get this right. I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. You go from Tobias Harris and Patrick Beverley as opposed to you wanted Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You wanted Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram. Okay. I can see the Spurs doing this deal in a hurry now. Y'all can't fool O'Shea Sharpe.
You're completely missing the point here. This is more weirdness from a really weird dude in Kawhi Leonard. This is another flashing red light. Proceed with caution to anybody who has any interest in acquiring Kawhi Leonard. So what did we just hear from Michael C. Wright, who covers the San Antonio Spurs for ESPN.com? He has validated what Shams Charania reported on Colin Cowherd's show on The Herd the other day, which is, wait a second, timeout, and Shams was really strong with it. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he said everyone's missing the point here. He's not jumping for joy to play with LeBron, that he doesn't want to join forces with LeBron. This is discouraging him from wanting to be a Laker and encouraging him to want to be crosstown Los Angeles Clipper. So he wants to play for a Los Angeles team, but not for LeBron's
If you don't mind me, Skip, you've been in the business, you was in the business for 40 plus years. How do reporters get inside information? Who gives that to them? So somebody in his camp, right?
I'm assuming the uncle.
Oh, okay. So I'm saying that the uncle is putting this out there to try to generate a trade, but you're saying the uncle is trying to...
Time out. There's more to the report from Michael C. Wright covering the Spurs for ESPN.com. He has bounced it off Spurs officials who confirm, yes, that's what's going on here. But the quote from one Spurs insider is, unfortunately, the Clippers don't have bleep to trade. Back to your point. Okay, so the Spurs are stuck. We don't want any of the Clippers' assets. Well, why are you doing that? Because it's blowing up your dream.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, because here's the thing.
He doesn't want to play. Here's what this guy is. Okay, let's go back. How did he fall to the 15th pick in the first round of the draft? How did they steal him in the first place?
Maybe he was a late bloomer, Skip.
He was a very late bloomer,
Okay.
because when I watched, 3 or 4 games at San Diego State, and you just couldn't see him,
Right.
because he wasn't aggressive enough. He not only was he very quiet off the court, he was pretty quiet on the floor.
Yeah,
He had no body language. He
still
had
is.
no charisma. He had no vitality to his game. He never leaped off your TV screen.
Can I ask you a question, Skip?
Well, let me finish
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
So the point is, the Spurs saw something, because R.C. Buford is the best finder of hidden talent in the league. It's not even close, because
I'll give
he
you
went
that.
and stole Ginobili at the bottom of the second round, stole Tony Parker at the bottom of the first round, and he kept the Spurs in contention by beating the draft at its own game. He did it year after year, and he did it all the way to Kawhi Leonard. He traded George Hill for Kawhi Leonard virtually to get that pick back that he used with
Wish
the
he'd
15th
kept it.
overall. And
That
again,
way he wouldn't have ended up with us.
For Kawhi Leonard to go 15th in the draft, but he couldn't shoot a lick. He had no shot. He had no mid-range. He definitely had no three-point shot. And that Chip England, who is their shot doctor, their shooting coach, he finally, over the first 3 years, taught Kawhi a shot that became a pretty good shot, pretty deadly, even from three.
Oh, yeah.
So all of a sudden, he became the whole two-way package. But to your point, 2 years ago, when they had the big free agent signing of LaMarcus Aldridge, that was the steal of the offseason that year.
Because everybody thought he was going to the Lakers.
Everybody did, or anywhere but San Antonio.
Correct.
And all of a sudden, San Antonio's back in business with LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's supposed to be that Tim Duncan.
And they tried to make him that guy. And at the biggest moment against Oklahoma City in the playoffs, when I thought they had him, nope, they didn't have him. Because remember, he got off to a crazy hot
He had
start.
40 that first game, right?
And he had maybe the third game they won. It was the first game at Oklahoma City. I remember it was a Friday night. He made some outrage. I forget what it was, like 20 or 24 shots. And then all of a sudden, when the lights got really bright and hot, he shrank and melted. And they decided, wait a second, maybe Kawhi's got to be the man. So last year, they go into the season pushing Kawhi as the new face of the franchise. Chris Broussard sat right here before the season started and predicted Kawhi Leonard was going to win MVP. And right on schedule, he crumbled under the pressure to be the man. Wait, I got to be the guy. I got to be the MVP. He takes a knee to the thigh and exaggerates the injury to the point he takes the rest of the year off.
Skip, stop saying he exaggerated. He didn't exaggerate the injury. The man was hurt. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
I talked on the phone to a doctor who had closely examined him and all of the pictures of his right leg, and he could find nothing.
Well, I talked to a doctor.
Nothing. You did not.
And the doctor say sometimes people have injuries or ailments that dumbfounds even the greatest medical. But let me ask you this, Skip Bayless.
Okay, but think about this. Look, to sum this up, think about what just happened. This is the same Kawhi Leonard who didn't want to be the man in a San Antonio where I know it's a small market, but it's all you got. Have you been to San Antonio? Okay, so obviously I've been there for lots of big games.
I went there twice for the Army All-American football game.
Great game. So the point is, if you're a Spur in San Antonio, there's huge pressure because you have legacy pressure from the franchise, and you have the pressure of you're the only game in town.
Only show in town.
Yeah, okay? So he's saying, wait a second, I want to go home. I want to go back to Los Angeles, but I don't want to have to live up to being LeBron's sidekick or his number 2 or his co-star.
But let me
I don't want to do that.
But let me ask you a question. Watching Kawhi and studying him, does he have an alpha personality? Does this strike you as something that Kawhi would say, or this strike you as something his uncle would say? Because we've never heard Kawhi become so vocal until his uncle took over his operation.
I don't think he has an alpha personality at all.
Exactly.
I think he has a beta personality.
So that would serve him well playing second fiddle. It's the alpha dogs that have a problem. Kyrie was an alpha dog.
No, but nobody would consider him second fiddle to LeBron. He would be considered the co-star, and especially as LeBron ages a little bit. Not that he's an old player, but he's older.
Holly,
you don't think
second fiddle? I didn't say that. That's what Kawhi said. That's what it said. He doesn't want to be second fiddle. I didn't say second fiddle. I'm just repeating what he said.
But he's okay to be the man with the Clippers because nobody really expects much from the Clippers. So give him the max deal for the Clippers, and he's happy. He's in L.A. He's on the second team. He can play in LeBron's shadow. That's perfect. I believe this completely.
Alpha personalities, Skip Bayless, they want to be that dog. They want the challenge.
You're right.
So everybody, like I said, everybody can't be an alpha. You can be great, you can make the Hall of Fame, but everybody that's in Hall of Fames, everybody that's great, Skip, aren't alpha personalities. I don't believe Kawhi Leonard is an alpha personality.
Okay, thank you. Neither is Paul George, which is why Paul said, I'm staying in Oklahoma City, man. I don't want any part of that. You've told me it's so hard to play with LeBron James, especially if you're the co-star. That's the most pressure in all of sports is to be LeBron's co-star because the media, the LeBron protecting media, is quick to pounce on the co-star as you let him down.
They didn't pounce on Kyrie.
Well, because Kyrie was
exactly. If you do your job, you don't get pounced on.
But he's a superstar.
They didn't beat me up when I played with number 7, John Elway.
How many times did I tell you? I thought Kyrie was the first option on offense for the Cavaliers.
You got jokes, huh?
Well, I don't have jokes because I know who the closer was.
Were you at the Laugh Factory tonight?
No, I was at Game 7 watching Game 7 in Oakland when he hit the shot of shots.
So are we going to disregard that triple dub that Bron threw up? Or are we going to disregard those 3-4 blocks that he had? Are we going to disregard that? So what am I supposed to do with that, Skip?
We're supposed to say who closed the deal because who in the end is the more valuable player to the Cavaliers?
Skip.
The one where when it's time to make the shot, who said, get out of my way, I got this.
Can I use your argument, Skip Bayless? How is there pressure on Kyrie? Because if he misses the shot, they're still tied. There's still time on the clock. Because that's what you told me. You told me in this playoff run when LeBron was hitting all those shots, you told me there's no pressure. Chris Broussard said, no pressure. Rob Parker, no pressure because if he doesn't hit it, they're still tied. So how is there pressure on Kyrie to hit that shot when if he misses it, they're still tied?
Well, I'll give you that. But you said yesterday, you agreed, the closer was Kyrie on that team. You told me that many times.
You know why? Because LeBron suppressed who he naturally was. We just saw this playoff run that LeBron James was very capable of closing. But to appease Kyrie, to let Kyrie, bro, I'm good. I'm LeBron James. I'm a 4-time league MVP, 3 finals MVP. I'm secure. An alpha man that's securing himself. Say, you know what, Kyrie, go and do your thing, bro. Do you over there. I'm going to stand here in the corner. Watch Kyrie pat that. Go to the basket.
You think Kyrie would have let LeBron sit on that bench, removed from the team at the end of regulation of game 1 of these past finals, and pout and
No,
cry?
Kyrie wouldn't even showed up like he did game 7. Remember he had his wisdom teeth pulled, Skip? Oh, my bad. No, he had a deviated septum. He wasn't even on the bench for game 7, so I don't know what he would have done. Do you?
Yeah, I do. He would have said, get over here, we got this. Or I got this.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he said last year in game 3 when he threw up them bricks? 0 for 7 from 3? Clank.
We got to move on. Speaking of alpha, the president of the United States spoke out against the NFL's new Anthem policy last night. He ain't happy. Trump coming up next. We'll discuss.
No mercy. Hey guys, it's Joy Taylor. Before the show moves along, I wanted to talk to you about Buffalo Wild Wings. This time of year brings us 2 things, graduations and Father's Day, and the gifts that go along with them. Before you buy Dad another tie or that grad a balloon that will probably float away, ask yourself this. Does my dad or grad like wings or sports, or better yet, both? If the answer is yes, then get them a Buffalo Wild Wings gift card. Right now, if you purchase $30 worth or more in-store or online, they'll give you a $5 bonus to keep for yourself. That's a gift that gives back. How generous of you. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports. Terms and conditions apply. Now back to the show. No mercy.
Back in May, the NFL approved a new national anthem policy allowing players to stay in the locker room during the anthem, but they must stand if they are on the field. Last night, President Trump spoke out against the policy. Take a listen.
Hey, how about the NFL? Look, I don't want to cause controversy. You're right, USA is right. I don't want to cause controversy, but how about they passed this stupid thing? You don't have to do this anymore. If you don't respect the flag or if you don't like the country or whatever it is, just go into the locker room. Just go into the I think in many respects, that's worse. Isn't that worse than not standing? You know? I think that's worse. So they say, go into the locker room. So, okay, the anthem's getting ready to play. They run into the locker room. Then they come back out. You know what? It doesn't play. It doesn't play. I actually think in many ways it's worse.
All right, Shannon, so President Trump says he doesn't want to cause any controversy, but what is your reaction?
That's exactly what he wants to cause, Skip Bayless. President Trump is trying to distract us from the real issues. Skip, his catch and separate policy on the border was a disaster. It is a disaster. He has another cabinet member embroiled in scandal that had to resign. Skip, he's in Montana. They don't have a pro football team. The last pro football game was played in early February. The next football game is going to be played sometime in August. So why are we talking? The NFL settled on this policy in, 2.5 months ago. So why is President Trump all of a sudden bringing this issue up? Because this issue plays really well with his base. He's trying to rile his base up again because the midterms are coming and he has a Supreme Court nominee that he wants. So he's trying to get his base riled up because he knows this plays very, very well with his base. So when anything is going wrong, scandal in his administration, I hate to cause I don't want to be controversial. I don't want to cause controversy. That's exactly what he wanted to do because that was unprompted. You could tell he went off script, Skip Bayless. He's in Montana. When the last time they played a football game in Montana, a professional football game? I don't think ever.
Have they ever played a preseason?
I don't think so either. So we see what he's trying to do. Hopefully, people are smart enough to see through it, but it serves the NFL right. They got exactly what they deserve by doing this because when Commissioner Goodell echoed what President Trump said in Huntsville, Alabama, on the what was it, almost a year ago, Skip Bayless, he echoed that in his policy where we want guys to respect the flag and to respect this country. Skip, did you know there was a situation, I don't know if you know, not a situation, but the Justice Department is rescinding an order where guys were joining the military with the hopes of becoming citizens. Now they're starting to kick the immigrants that did that, they're kicking them out. I thought they love, what? So guys are kneeling or disrespecting the country, but you kicking guys that want to serve the country and willing to die for the country, isn't that just as disrespectful? But I see what President Trump's doing, and hopefully there are a lot more people like myself, Skip Bayless, that also sees what he's doing and don't let him continuously do this.
Interesting. So, to your point, I do hate to admit this, but President Trump does have one point. The NFL owners opened a door that he's going to run through again and again and again.
Exactly.
Because he called this new policy this stupid thing. I think we agree.
Yeah.
It's pretty stupid.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. So he says, if you don't respect the flag, you don't like this country, whatever, just go into the locker room. Well, as soon as the policy came down, I'm pretty sure we both said, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
This solves what? This only creates new problems.
He's not out there for the anthem. He's not out there for the anthem. He's not out there.
Oh, now we got to make a list. We got to take roll call. He's not there. He's not there. So basically, owners finally said, okay, if they want to protest, make them do it in the dark, right? Stay off TV.
Right.
We just stay in the locker room.
Correct.
If you want to kneel in the locker room. It's a horrendous decision that only takes us from bad to worse.
Correct.
And our president, shrewd operator, he's going to double down, triple down, quadruple down because they opened a door through which he can run with a political football. And it's one of the all-time political footballs, right?
Yes.
He can continue to preach to a choir that will continue to shout back, amen.
Yes.
Because they don't care about the true meaning of the protest. We've lost that.
Yes.
That was lost like 6-8 months ago, it seems like, right?
Right.
They only care about those SOBs are anti-American.
Right.
That's the bottom line to his constituents.
That's what President Trump said. He called him that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. So, but it's hard to defend the NFL owners on this because they made this stupid thing, this policy that we didn't defend, and it's only going to escalate this football season.
Right.
I'm predicting it's going to get worse than it was a year ago, just on pure controversy, distracting controversy.
Yes.
This is the best thing that could have happened to President Trump, to your point, of removing the blame for other issues going on and refocus on this.
Absolutely.
Anti-American National Football League play.
Because he's always surrounded by scandal, be it his personal attorney or Michael Flynn or his former campaign advisor. So he always have to shift and create a new narrative, Skip Bayless. And that's what this is a shell game to him. Okay, the shell's right here. Let me move it around so you can. Okay. Why are we playing this game anyway? Because you got more important issues to deal with. Skip Bayless, look, this is what we know about our president. He started a trade war with everyone not named Russia. He loves Putin. He loves Kim Jong-un. He loves Erdogan. Why? Because they have absolute power. He said, I would love to have everybody stand at attention when I enter a room like Kim Jong-un. They don't have a choice. If you don't stand at attention, you're going to the firing squad. That's what he wants. Skip, he poo-pooed or made light of the Me Too movement. He also had a DNA kid talking about, I want Elizabeth Warren to take a DNA test. Now, this is not the first time that he's questioned someone's authenticity. Remember the birthday movement? He forced President Trump, he and his constituents, forced President Trump, a man born in Hawaii.
No, Obama.
No, President Obama, excuse me.
That's all right.
President Obama, to show his birth certificate. So we see what, I'm surprised, Skip, because you know when they go voting, they divvy things up. College-educated white women, blue collar, men over 50. And for the educated and for women that voted for him and for him to make light of this movement. But guess what, Skip Bayless? In 2020, he will probably win by more votes than he won in 2016. Because we see where this is going, Skip. We starting to see more and more this racism. And I said it before. He made it okay to be openly and blatant with it. They call, if black people barbecuing, if they breathing, they calling the cops. They got to, I mean, come on, this is getting so ridiculous. And instead of saying, you know what, guys, let's come together, the divide in chief, he's putting us farther and further apart. But we got to be, as Americans, Skip, we got to see what's going on. We smarter than this. We're better than this. But then sometimes I think about it, Skip. Are we? Because this border,
We are.
Skip.
We are.
This border thing that we see, the separation, Skip, that's been going on since slavery. When they split up families. How do you think they got it done? They were taking babies, they were taking the men, they were taking the women away. They've been doing this. This is 300, 400 years in the making. This is not new. Now we just have cameras to see it. But go back and check the history books. They've been doing this for 400 years. So this is nothing new on American soil.
Also, did I hear our president say later in his remarks that he was the reason for the NFL's rating declines last year because he was the focus of television, especially cable television? I don't know.
That was
Maybe
not
he
in
was.
this.
I don't know.
I've never seen someone, Skip, want so much praise.
Right.
I mean, Skip, do you need any more praise than being president of the United States? If you don't get anything done, you ascended to the highest office in the land.
Okay.
Ain't that enough praise, Skip? You would think.
You would think.
But these owners, as you know, they
Deserve everything they get because they co-signed it. Because when you make a deal with the devil, Skip, sometimes he's going to come back for your soul. Then what do? What do you have to offer him then?
We contemplate that during the break.
This has only just begun.
Skip, look, let's see. August again. Sometime in October, it'll come back up again. Theodore Roosevelt said, if you educate a man in mind and not in morals, you educate a menace to society. Ask yourself.
I need to ponder that too. That's why we
Educate
have
a
couple
man in
minutes
mind.
coming
Wait,
up
did your
here.
grandfather?
No, Roosevelt.
Oh, that's your grandfather.
Theodore.
How much pressure is on LeBron here in LA? Simply, we'll discuss that next with Rob Parker. Stay right here.
No mercy.
LeBron can officially sign his 4-year max deal with the Lakers today. His move out west has drastically raised the Lakers' title hopes, but a source close to LeBron told ESPN that he, quote, doesn't have pressure to prove anything. He wants some changes, and he can afford to let the process breathe. So for some more insight, we're joined now by Rob Parker. Robbie, how are you?
What's happening? Good
You
morning.
call him Robbie? I've never heard that before, and I like it.
We spend every
Robbie.
holiday together.
You know who calls me that? Joe Dumars.
Really?
Yes, he never called
The
me
great
Rob.
Joe Dumars.
The great Joe Dumars.
Your neighbor's Robert.
He called me Robbie.
Your neighbor's Robert.
Robert, yeah.
Yeah,
That would
Robert
be-
Parker.
That was my
Robert?
late mother used to call me that when I was in trouble. Robert. Right.
Not Rob.
Full name, you know that.
Yeah.
No.
Robert Lee. Come here.
So what's on that online diploma?
What? The online diplomas.
The one
From Columbia?
the one he allegedly
I
got
don't
from.
think you can get it online.
That's what he got. Yeah, strip mall,
He's a
right down there in
professor.
Pico, right there on
Thank
Pico.
Yes, he's a professor.
Don't you know USC, they went through my background before they let me teach? No?
I hope they did.
All right, back to this story. Rob, do you agree with this source close to LeBron?
No way, no how
Thank
are the
you.
people of Los Angeles buying into this notion that LeBron can come here and not have to win. Otherwise, his name on the back should say Sabalas, because he's wearing number 23, and, instead of LeBron James. Come on now. This whole notion, even that he's going to take the year off and let it breathe. And so, really? Well, people are paying $6,000 for tickets. LeBron's going to let it breathe and take his time. And no, this is why I believe LeBron came here with the whole notion that this is semi-retirement, that he's got the palm trees and he wants to go to lunch with people and drink foo-foo drinks and all that kind of stuff, and basketball is on the back burner.
Yep.
I really believe LeBron has lost it from this whole notion of wanting to win these championships, Shannon, and chase Michael Jordan, and now it just seems like he would have never signed here without knowing the other shoe that was going to, drop.
Right.
And would just wait. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have confidence in Magic or think that he can get something done, but that's not how LeBron operates, especially when you talk about the final 3 or 4 years. This is the end of the road. So you think he wants to come to LA, or people want him to come here and not win or get knocked out in the first or second round, and people are going to be good with that? Absolutely not. I don't know who his confidant is or whatever, but I think he's misguided to think that Los Angeles is going to accept a half-baked LeBron James.
Well, first of all, Rob Parker, this is not no Boys to Men song, and this is not the end of the road for LeBron James.
It is, too.
We got plenty of road left.
The yellow brick road, baby.
You are giving him a pass. He does
No,
not
hold on,
deserve.
Skip.
You're giving him a 1-year pass.
No, I'm not.
He is.
Yeah.
No, hold on, Skip.
Is you going to give a refund to the people buying tickets?
I disagree. I agree with Rob Parker.
Oh, my.
Ooh.
He is LeBron James. All-time greats always have pressure. Now, maybe there's not the pressure on him to deliver a championship in the first year. But, Skip, I'm not saying I'm as great a player, but when I went to Baltimore, I still had something to prove, because guess what? Those 2 Super Bowls and those Pro Bowls and those All-Pro, I didn't accomplish that in Baltimore. I did that in Denver. So when you go to a new team, you absolutely have something to prove. Or what, you want people to think you just fell off a cliff? That's not how it works. Now, he might be saying that, but I don't believe he believes that. He knows how this works. Once you become an all-time great, Skip, you always that, but you always trying to prove why and how you became that and why you deserve to stay in that rarefied era. I disagree. I strenuously disagree that LeBron James does not have anything to prove. He absolutely. You came here for what? Because if you didn't have anything to prove, you could have stayed your ass in Cleveland. You ain't got nothing to prove there. You brought them a championship, first championship in 52 years. So
if you're chasing a chip, go to Philly.
And you would win, right? And you would have a shot to win.
I just believe that when Magic Johnson talked to him, he says, don't think I'm not trying to get someone else to come with you in 2018. But in 2019, here's a list. LeBron James probably already knew the list of 2019 free agents. I'm going to get one of these guys to pair with you to give us a better chance. Now, we're going to make the playoffs with you, but I don't believe they can come out of the Western Conference, not with this too young of a team and LeBron James, but in 2019. But I do believe, Skip Bayless, LeBron James has everything to prove. He has to prove, Skip Bayless, that it was just not the Eastern Conference why he was so dominant. He has to prove that I am LeBron James. And it doesn't matter what conference I play in, I'm still that top dog.
So you're still going to grade him by the same curve you graded him in the Eastern Conference
No,
last year, right?
no, Skip.
No, now it's harder in the West, and he doesn't have any help, Rob.
It doesn't
So it's
matter.
okay.
We already know that dialogue, right?
No. When you're a genius, you don't get this like, no. No, Skip. LeBron James is special. He knows what he's up against. He knows the challenge. The talent is deeper in the West, but you absolutely have something to prove.
So, to me, the shock of this story is that LeBron James is no longer chasing Jordan. I think he's only chasing Michael B. Jordan, as in Hollywood Jordan. Am I right?
No, he ain't chasing
I like that, Skip.
I'm pretty
Michael
sure.
B. Jordan.
He ain't
He's
chasing
chasing
three.
Michael B. Jordan. He wants to be the next Michael B. Jordan. And he's got a shot. But he just moved to where he's got a better shot. And he needed a year off. He's been to 8 straight finals in the Eastern Conference, and he just said, you know what, this is great. I'll just take a little break. It's a semi-retirement year, less pressure, no expectations.
Give him Kawhi
He's
to
the
be 9.
underdog. They're going to be the underdog. If they go forward as is, which I think they are, pretty much as is, nobody's going to expect them, obviously, to win the Western Conference next year. Nobody will expect more than the 7th or 8th seed in the West
Don't
at
put it
best.
past
Could get knocked out in the first round.
Knocked out in
Could
the
be.
first round. I've already predicted.
It could happen.
I will knock you out. You keep saying crazy
could
stuff like
happen.
that.
You're capable of doing that.
No, they're not going to be a 7th or 8th. Why are you two convinced?
I'm already predicting.
I know you said
Golden
7th.
State's going to sweep LeBron in the first round next year. Swept him in the
Can we
finals.
get some on that?
Swept him in the first round.
Oh, you already are. Look at that.
I got too much on it already.
You want some of that?
Yeah, I
Let
want
me get
some
my
of that.
wings back.
What you want?
LeBron James not getting swept in the first round.
How about he gets knocked out in the first round? I can't pretend.
That's fair.
First round.
Ooh,
Shake on it.
400,
good one.
400 wings?
Shannon lost another 100.
400 wings.
400 wings.
Yeah.
150, I got to get half of them back.
150. That's
Yep.
fair. I won
And-
300. I'll take the 150.
And I got a mere 5 cases of Diet Mountain Dew on Lakers don't win 55 games next year, which came out of his mouth earlier in
I
the
said
show.
55
games.
I said 50 to 55.
He said 55. I mean, if you say it, I'm going to bet it.
I said they're only going to lose between 25 and 30 games. So that would be what?
I don't know. What's the math on that? 20,
82, right? 32.
52, 57. So give me 52.
50. Now you went to 57, so 55 is realistic.
Yeah.
I'm going to split the difference. 55
52.
games. 54. You want to do 54?
53. I do 53.
53 games?
53. Take
Done.
it, Skip.
Done.
Take
Got
it.
it.
Book it.
Thank you. Thank you. We're good.
I'm just sitting over here.
Diet Mountain Dew.
how
the
many bets you
breakfast
gonna
of
lose?
champions.
I'm not going to lose it. I got a bunch of them. I'm going back against the Cowboys because he got the Cowboys on a bunch of them. So I get it back.
Oh, get it back on
He
that.
only owes me 11, so that's okay.
But this is the other thing, too. I'm really convinced more and more as the day goes on that it's still about Kareem now, that it's not about championships, that he wants to pass Kareem, do it in L.A.
Oh, points.
Points.
He could also pass him in all-time minutes split.
Do you know what I mean?
He's
Like,
going to pass. Think about it. In this Lakers jersey, he's going to pass Magic Johnson in assists, Kobe Bryant in the points, and Kareem in points.
no,
and that proves what?
nothing.
Greatest Laker. And he's going to win a championship.
Great ain't no greatest
Greatest Laker?
By playing 3 years?
We don't put a timetable on greatness. Either you are or you aren't. There ain't no shelf life on greatness, Rob Parker.
So was Brett Favre the greatest Jet quarterback when he played those 12 games?
Yep.
No, he wasn't.
Yep. You're the
Richard
great-
Todd was.
So, Shannon, explain to me how the greatest Laker can wind up 3-6 in the NBA Finals, because that's what he's going to wind up.
Did he lose all those with the Lakers?
No, but I'm saying you're now evaluating him as a Laker career-wise, right?
Yeah.
Did he score all those points and make all those assists with the Lakers?
No,
obviously he didn't.
Neither did Wilt.
Huh?
Neither did Kareem.
Okay, so good. So
neither did Shaq.
We're evaluating him as an all-time Laker
think,
now.
But do you think LeBron doesn't want to lose any more finals? That's why he came here with a half-baked team?
You can't lose finals if you don't get the finals.
No, I know.
Because I think he wants to win. So there's always that possibility. Unless you're Golden State, when you bring out 4, you got 4 against 1, well, you're probably not going to lose. Would you concur with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
How about 5 now? It's 5-1.
That's all right. Hey, look, I got the utmost confidence in Magic Johnson. I got the utmost confidence in Rob Pelinka.
I have the utmost confidence in Magic if he could play point guard for this team, but he can't.
That's all right.
So I don't know how
we got
good
a
he
point
is
guard.
as a GM. I
Rondo.
don't know yet.
Rondo.
Yeah.
Do you know how many former players who won championships
been trying to tell him
have
that.
players
Yeah.
and then as GMs in the history of the NBA?
Yeah.
There's only 5 guys, right? Is that the number we have? Danny Ainge,
Joe Dumars.
Jerry West. I think Pat Riley, right? And who's the other one?
Phil, right?
No,
Phil didn't win. Well, Phil didn't win one as a GM.
Not as GM. And who was with the GM up with the Lakers? The other guy. Not a great player. Mitch Kupchak.
Did he
That's
win a
it.
championship?
Yeah, he
won with the Lakers, 85.
And as
Lakers.
GM, that's
You got
it. In the history of this league. So Magic is trying to join a very elite club.
And I'm going to point
And
out
it ain't
again,
that easy.
And I'm the biggest Michael Jordan performer fan that you'll ever find. But as a GM, he is simply the worst GM in the history of basketball.
You ain't getting no more shoes.
Huh?
You ain't not getting no more shoes. I think Michael's a very good GM.
Performer,
I think Michael's a great GM.
When he was at Washington, look at the draft pick. He used to get fleeced all the time in
How
trades.
does he stay afloat in Charlotte just because he's so
He owned the
beloved?
team.
Because he owns a team.
What did I look up? I don't have the stat in my head right now, but it's like 3 times in 12 years they've even made the playoffs in
a
the
league
Eastern Conference?
league where half the
In
league makes
Eastern
the playoffs.
Conference? Really? And they've never won a single playoff series since he's taken over the team?
Skip, how many playoff games you think you're going to win if you keep selecting a Kwame Browns or Adam Morris or Gilchrist, Michael Kidd? I mean, you're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if you do make it, you're going to get fleeced.
I mean, your best player is like 5'11". Can't he like 5'11"?
And you keep trading for Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
And
then trying to salary dump Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Right? Way to go.
But they did. They got it, but they took on Mozgov.
So I remember when the Pistons traded Richard Hamilton for Jerry Stackhouse, and he thought he had fleeced the Pistons. Of course, Rip wound up winning a championship with that team,
that's right.
and that was the deal. But that was another Jordan deal, Stackhouse for Rip Hamilton.
Back to what's important here. How many cases of Mountain Dew does he owe you?
11.
And how many chicken wings?
No, he paid off. So we're clear until the 150.
I'm going to have another party with dew and wings.
Let's get Joey Chestnut and go to town. Everybody together now.
I think I want lemon pepper. I want all flats.
All flats? That's $1 extra per 10. So that's $15 extra.
Well, that's between you and them. I'll let you work that out. I'm telling you what I want.
No mercy. Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. We're back again tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.